Okay, so I don't know if it was a movie or what, but there was this scenario where this car is on a cliff. And the car is teetering on the cliff. And there are people here and there are people here. And they're trying to balance, I don't remember, movie, cartoon, or whatever. And they're trying to get the people from here to here. They're trying to get people out of the car, but without the car, like, I think a parent or something sacrifices themselves for a kid. But, like, gets the kid over. But, like, the cargo is all going to one side, and the boat's just kind of going, instead of it, you know, you have people on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, you go, one person, or a little can or something rolls into the car, just goes, shoo.
I wish you guys could see her hand movements, because it makes way more sense when she's using the hand movements.
Sorry, guys. But, you know, so yeah, the hand movements make way more sense. But it's funnier this way. But I really don't remember what that was.
Not a clue.
But it sounds very tropey.
Tropey?
Well, like, it's just
what
the
do you
thing.
mean by tropey?
It's a trope. Like, it's just kind of like a movie trope. Like,
what movie trope is balancing a car on a cliff?
Like, it's actually, you know what? It might have been an app game.
An app game?
Okay,
we
but
went
I've
from
definitely,
a movie to an
I've
app
definitely
game.
seen it in movies too. Jurassic Park has a similar scene. Thank you. It's a trope. It's a plot device.
Okay, plot device and tropes are not the same thing.
They're very similar. But I can just imagine being on one side of the boat going, whoa, and then like, okay, then like a comedy version of it, honestly, not these particular kids, but I've seen this on it, and you have like people running over this way to try to get a vessel or boat or whatever to go this way, and then they're running over this way because now it's turning this way, and it's like this, and they're like back and forth trying to, it was something on Adult Swim years ago, okay? I don't remember, actually it may have been,
okay, so
anyway.
So it's a movie, it's an app, it's an anime.
Seen in a lot of superhero movies too. Like I said, it's a trope. I can't tell you exactly where I've seen it because I've seen it in so many things.
Okay. She's thinking real hard, you guys.
It was C-Lab 2021.
C-Lab 2021.
It was on Adult Swim. It was not on Toonami.
You were watching Adult Swim in 2021?
No. That was the name of the show. Was C-Lab 2021. It came on right after Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Oh, I never watched that.
Yeah, I did. I watched a lot of that because we had Cartoon Network at my dad's apartment.
Oh, that's so nice.
Oh. Yeah. Tropes. Here you go. The TV tropes article has it. See? This.
Teetering on the edge tropes. Okay.
Yeah. Basically. Thank you. That's what I was talking about.
Think, if only Bonnie and Clyde would have used that trope, they could have survived.
Explain?
Oh, and they went off a cliff.
They didn't.
Isn't that Bonnie and Clyde that went off a cliff?
Bonnie and Clyde.
No, that's
Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and Louise. Wow.
I mean, no, that was Thelma and Louise. No, Bonnie and Clyde got shot to death.
You're right, they did. I was getting my robberies mixed up.
Yeah, well, Thelma and Louise are fictional. Bonnie and Clyde were real, so...
They were? What? She can't tell if I'm being serious.
Sorry, guys, it's the tism.
I had no idea.
Okay, no, clearly I know that you know, because we had that discussion. You almost got me there, though.
It's like that one time I told you the Boston Market was run by gang members, and you were like, what?
Guys, that had to be one of my most autistic moments that ever autismed. I'm not even, like, she had me fully convinced that this Boston market was being run, this particular location was being run by the mob. And I was
I
like,
would know that. I don't know.
like, I have no idea, but, like, I fully was like, I fully believed this for, like, 3 minutes.
Yes, she did.
Okay? Like, sometimes autism can be a real disability, and sometimes it's just entertaining.
And it was just an out-of-pocket thing that I said, like a sarcastic thing. And then she looked at me like I told the truth, and then I was like, I'm gonna run with it. Yeah, totally.
Okay, so a lot of the time I'm actually pretty good at kind of being able to, like, tell stuff. But, like, ever so often, every once in a while, more than I care to admit, actually, I'm like, wait a minute, are you serious? And sometimes I'll have to look at somebody and go, are you joking? Or are you, like, being serious? Which, you know, if they're joking, that just makes it awkward. But, like, no, that was one of those moments that she truly had me, and I'm going, wait, what? And, like, for, like, 3 whole minutes, I'm actually convinced. And then it became a running joke, and I'd be all like, oh, we're gonna go pick up from the, Mafia Market or something like that. And obviously they didn't do well, because now Boston markets are closed, but, I guess they're done. I guess the mob was done with them. I am a little better about it. Mafia Market sounds like a hilarious anime. You know what? That does sound like a great anime.
You know, there probably is one called Mafia Market.
If not, there
Just
should
have to
be.
Google it.
Hey,
I'm sure
whoever
there'll be an anime.
is listening in, take notes. That's gold.
Are you talking to our people, or are you talking to the
I'm talking to the FBI agents.
Oh, okay, the FBI agents.
Yeah. I'm talking to the government.
Are they in our walls, or are they on the screen? Are they? Are you guys FBI? What's happening?
Well, you know.
What?
Well, I'm sure there's an FBI agent or two that watches our streams.
Cool. I am not a serial killer.
Despite what our search history may look at, we just have very diverse interests, and our role plays sometimes get a little weird.
Yeah. Okay, we more serious.
There's a Kitchen Nightmares restaurant that I'm convinced was a front for the mob.
Oh, no, I 100% believe ABC, Amy's Baking Company, was a front for the mob. 100% believe it. I said it as a joke, but now, after hearing that he had to run and flee the country, or he was deported, I guess he didn't flee, he was deported.
He was deported back to Israel.
That I 100% believe that was a front for the mob.
Yeah, yeah. Noodles goes, mine's name is Frank.
Yours is Frank.
Hey, I don't know.
Okay, hi Frank.
I don't know who my FBI agent guy is, but I wish he would stop stealing my shit. Not my little shit, not like my literal shit, but like my ideas.
How are they stealing your shit?
Also, that one. There's another restaurant that was tied to the actual mob.
Oh.
What? There are two? Okay. I mean, that's just... So maybe the Boston market really was being run by the mob. You're almost always a bard.
Well, yes.
But that's because she's a good bard, guys. Like, I cannot stress enough, okay, how many times my paladin has been saved by her vicious mockery, her cutting words, Tasha's hideous laughter, anything like that. So anybody who's just like oh, the bard is just here? No. Then
No,
your bard...
I mean, I will agree to that. I am just here. Most of the time, as a bard, I have no idea what's going on. I'm just vibing.
Yeah, but that's just your character's character.
Well, that's all my character's character.
But, like, no. But, with... So we were fighting against these, like, black puddings. And, my character is a paladin, and she's got a magic sword named Godfrey. And, I keep going after the black puddings, except I've split them in half.
And then she forgot that hitting it would split it in half. My favorite point was when the big bad at the end of our campaign, we're starting a new one with these characters.
This battle preceded the big bad.
Yeah.
And, God, guys.
I used up most of my cutting words there. So instead, I used a lucky point to make him re-roll his attack. I did Atasha's Hideous Laughter, which meant he had to roll a wisdom save. He passed the wisdom save, so I did a lucky, and then he failed that wisdom save, and then he hit the floor. And then he hit the floor laughing, and so I just kept him on the floor until he was dead.
No,
and my
seriously.
DM goes, that's her most powerful attack.
So our wizard is lining up the paladin. Oh, and at this point, our warlock is dead. I cannot tell you. Our warlock, I have no spell slots left. I have no smites, no nothing.
She could not tank, so our warlock tanked.
Our warlock tanked so hard, he pissed off the mage to the point where he goes, power word, die.
Yep.
And he just, there went our warlock. He was dead. Thankfully, we were able to get him brought back, but that was fine. But, like, the wizard is, like, got a spell that's gonna, like, I don't remember what the spell was, but it makes my next attack, like, hit harder. But our wizard still had another attack, so, the wizard does, magic missile. And you know what, guys? This mage is on the floor laughing, gets hit with a magic missile, and dies.
Yep. He's on the floor until he died.
My paladin's over there holding up her sword like, I'm ready. What? And we're all just standing there like, what? Because this mage had 5 hit points left. When I say that our warlock went apeshit on this guy, I mean it. Our warlock was like tanking.
He was like, I get the opportunity to tank? Cool, let's do it.
Like, I mean, I took out a lot of the fireball injured all of the minions, but I took him out and goes,
I told him he was going to die laughing. And he
did. He did die laughing. And, oh my gosh. Oh, but,
yep. We managed to bring back the warlock, so it's good.
Yeah.
And if my DM is not listening, my bard learned sending, which is great, because now she is going to get her revenge by rickrolling him every single day. She's just going to wake up and rickroll him. She's going to be a constant earworm in this guy's head just for shits and giggles.
And guys,
I went and I counted all of the words, and I only have to change one word.
Guys, I don't even think we're going to be encountering this wizard again.
We never will, but she holds a grudge, my bard. What can I say?
The lore.
It was my money we used to bring him back.
It was your money, yes. If the DM is not listening, Micah's bard has not been hit
once
at all. Almost, like...
We made it through 2 major battles.
3
major battles in this entire campaign, and I have only been hit once in the very first battle of this campaign.
She has not been hit in months. Literal, our real world months. And we're playing our game like every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then we're alternating because we're playing one game with the wife and one game with the husband.
Yeah, they're
DMing, but it's 2 separate games.
Yeah, so they're DM couples, a wife and a husband. So we do one game with her and one game with him.
Yeah, and this is his game.
Yeah.
And
I haven't been hit one time. And it's like a secret that's going on between me and Missy and our friend, to see if the DM actually realizes that I haven't been hit at all.
Exactly, because she basically does either magic or she's a range.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'm tanking, so I'm like right up there because I have a sword. I have a crossbow. I think I've pulled it out, like, I think I bought 40 crossbow bolts when we first made the characters. I think I have 38 left. So shows how often I do that. But against those black puddings, God, guys, I felt so useless. And
that's because you kept slashing them.
Okay, so we did it, and I forgot to make a note. At the end of the session, don't do that. And then at the beginning of the next session, I used my sword, and then I made 2.
No, you made 4.
I made another 2. Because I had done that in that session, and then I was like, oh shit, okay, slashing damage, not a thing, don't do it. And then I forgot to write a note, and with the beginning of the next session, 2 weeks later, I did it again, and then we had 4, and so I'm just standing there, blocking, standing there basically being a pretty wall, but the only thing I could do was Word of Radiance and, Sacred Flame, and both of those have saving rolls. They have checks, so they or may not get damage, and I was like,
I'm just playing smart, not getting hit. That's correct. I am letting everybody else get hit.
And it was against these black puddings because they would attack me, and then I would take acid damage. But that's where, honestly, it saved my armor, which, I mean, I had just finished paying Micah's character back for the extra money for this armor.
I have no idea how my bard became the bankroller, but she became the bankroller. Everybody owes me money.
She got a rich boyfriend.
She got a rich boyfriend. She did. Okay.
So her session 0, when we were getting our characters, she got Micah's character got a boyfriend, my character got a sword.
Yep. It was a little bit unexpected. Even the DM was going, what?
Well, and because the character was just basically sort of a throwaway just to like be extra support that was played by our friend.
Next week we get to save your character from
falling
off of
oh
a
my
river.
God, guys, like seriously, right now my
other
character is dangling from a rope off of a tree bridge it's over a river, and we're in the middle of combat.
And if she falls into the river goes over a waterfall and into some lava. So she could die, and we just decided to end the session there.
And honestly, guys, the whole campaign that we're trying to do, Revivify, does not work. You cannot resurrect people. If I'm dead, well, I have to make a new character now, don't I? And I'm the cleric. What I was trying to do was, our bard lock rolled, and she got really badly hurt. Like, really badly hurt. So, we're on this bridge. I'm about 5 feet away from being off this bridge. But I wanted to go back around Micah's character, and I failed my dex. I failed my dex so bad, guys. I rolled a 3, and then I started falling. And so Micah used her movement to try to save me, only she rolled a 5 and missed. And the injured Bardlock,
they had 2 HP.
So we had tied a rope to all of us, basically to keep, like, in case we fell, there would be enough people to pull you up. she's the only one who still has the rope on, is the barred lock, because we've all removed it because we're being attacked by some 80-year-old cat man. And I fall off. Our barred lock jumps in the water
With 2 HP.
hands me with 2 HP, hands me the rope, and then Misty steps back onto the rock and is just like laying on the log. And so I have managed to climb out of the water onto the rope. I've tied the rope around me. And so now we have our paladin, and I'm not actually sure what Chin is.
Druid.
Is he a druid?
I
Okay.
think so.
Okay.
Druid?
I really should pay attention to what he
I
is.
think he's a druid.
So we have our paladin.
Yeah, because he can wild shape.
Okay, but is that because can he wild shape, or is that part of his
No.
species?
I mean, no, I'm pretty sure he's a druid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm just gonna say our druid and our paladin are over there going after the 80-year-old cat guy.
In case you needed to know about our campaigns.
And so you then have. What are you?
Me?
Your character.
Specific background or
Oh no
race?
no.
Class.
Your class.
Oh, I'm a archer. I'm a ranger.
Oh, you're a ranger. Okay, because she's not a bard in this one because we already have a bard.
Yeah, he's a druid. He's a circle of stars.
Okay, he's a druid.
He's
Okay.
an earth Ashari.
Okay, so we have our rogue, our cleric, me, is dangling by a rope, and we have our bard lock, literally with the rope still tied to her on the. She did manage to get a little bit of healing.
You're welcome.
And so it's that's where we literally left off.
Yeah, and the druid and the paladin are off trying to fight
an 80-year-old cat man.
They're too far away to help, so they just continue.
They're like, we can't help.
Yeah.
We can't help you.
So now you guys are updated on our 2 campaigns.
Yeah, we'll keep you guys updated.
Will
on
Missy's
whether...
character die? Well, we won't know until next Wednesday.
Seriously, I'm gonna be pissed because I put a lot of work into her too.
Just make her sister.
Which fun thing? Rangers aren't designed to be archers. Aragon from Lord of the Ring is a ranger. Fighters make a better archer.
Well, considering mine has a fancy rapier that she just tosses in the air and then allows it to hit, I'd believe that. 100%.
Yeah, she just, you have to understand, her sword can act on its own, and she can shoot a bow.
Yeah.
So, like, she can do, like, an attack with the sword, and then shoot twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it was a really cool roll. I liked it. And by roll, I mean, like, I rolled a D100 and I got it as a magical item. So it was cool.
Yes. I have, like, some pearl things. I have, like, a pearl thing that lets me get a spell slot back.
I wonder if you threw the pearl thing into the water, would it just suck up all the water and then you would have a dry,
Oh, that's a different thing. No.
Oh.
I don't think that's quite how that would work.
Boy, it would be nice if we had the druid with us. He could control water.
I mean, I can create or destroy water, but I cannot create or destroy that much water.
I can make ice. Okay. We've got to. What are you doing?
I was looking something
No
up, but
D&D stuff for you right now. we're in the middle of a tragedy, and the kids are being told to wait. What?
No, neither of those.
For what? Oh, for my ring or for?
She has a dancing. It's a
a
dancing rapier, but it was like a dancing sword. Dancing. It can be any kind of blade.
Yeah.
And I have a pearl thingy, pearl of power.
Oh, yeah.
It allows me to replenish one spell slot.
And I have a dancing rapier.
The
For the spell
beads
slot
of
thing.
force are the other thing
Oh.
that you're talking about.
Yeah. You have beads of force. Yeah, that's what I was
You can
wondering.
use
If
them
you
for
could throw that in there and it would just suck up all the water. But I think it only does monsters.
I don't think it'll work. Yeah. Any creature, only breathable air can pass through. No other attack or others can affect. Nope, I don't think that
Yeah,
will
I don't
help
think water can
save
make a
me.
wisdom saving throw.
Correct.
I want that sweater. I like
That
the little
dress?
princess. Is it a dress or a
I
sweater?
think it's a dress. Or
But
it
I
might
like
be a
the
sweater.
princess puffs on her sweater. You know, the little
Puff
gather?
sleeves.
Puff
sleeves.
The
Yes.
princess puff sleeves on the top.
I
The little gather at the top.
Just like Anna Green Gables, puff sleeves.
Sure, I've never read Anna Green Gables or seen Anna Green Gables.
I have got to track down the 1988 or the 1980s like Canadian PBS whatever version of that, because that was superior movie version of Anna Green Gables.
You see this face?
I would like to watch it again. Okay, it's the same reason that I got Gone with the Wind.
Do you see this face?
I know there's an anime running. I want to watch it too. Okay, and I watched And with an E on Netflix, and I really, really liked it. They did add stuff that was not in the original source, but I mean, I've read all the Anna Green Gables books. Okay, I really like history and stuff, so I actually really want to watch the Anna Green Gables anime. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I just, it's so wholesome.
Don't make it.
Anna Green Gables is wholesome. Unlike this.
Wholesome. Okay.
Yes. Like, I mean, there's that time she
Doesn't
accidentally...
the Native American end up not in a wholesome way and Anne
That's
with an E?
only an Anne with an E, and that was...
Wait, how is that wholesome?
That wasn't in the original.
She gets a wholesome ending?
Actually, yes. Okay, so the very last movie does different, but she marries her guy, and they have a bunch of kids, and he has to go fight in World War One, but he's fine. Her daughter ends up, like her youngest daughter, ends up taking in basically a war orphan, until like the mom died.
War
and the dad
orphans are wholesome?
It was still wholesome, okay? It's
Yes, because war orphan.
but but at the end, the father comes home and he has his baby.
Traumatized.
Oh well, it is wholesome, kind of. But now that I talk about it, no. But the whole thing with Anne with an E, where she makes friends with the indigenous girl there on Prince Edward Island, and
I am gonna have to edit out so much.
yeah, I'm sorry. That, like, I liked Anne with an E, but that one, that like last bit of the season, and then I felt so bad because like that girl is now just at the school. She is just at the Indian school. And I think that leaving her story untold was I think that was also around-ish, maybe the same time when they were finding all those graves.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong. But, yeah, they kind of brought attention. I think that's why they, in, the, Anne with an E, I think that's why they did that way. But, in the original movie series, they changed it a little bit. They have the timeline a little different, and, they do use some of the material of the books.
Mm-hmm.
But, Anne literally joins the Red Cross or something to go to Europe to look for Gilbert, her husband, who has been missing. And, she's like, I'm gonna go freaking...
Gilbert.
That's his name.
Gilbert,
that's his name. And she's like, I'm gonna freaking go find my husband. And she befriends someone else, another guy, not like that. And finds out he has a kid, but he ends up dying. But he's like, I need to find where my kid is. And at the very end, they're back on Prince Edward Island. And they're pulling up to the train station where she originally, in the very first movie, she was sitting on the little bench with her little carpet bag, waiting to be picked up by Matthew. And then instead of her, obviously, it's this little boy just sitting on there, and he's like 2 or 3 or something, and it kind of like came full circle, and I really love those movies. Okay,
Doesn't she get abused by her like adoptive family or something like that?
not those adopted families. So basically, they kind of rented out orphans.
Wholesome.
She was at an orphanage, and then they basically used her as babysitter, cook, cleaner, but originally so you had Matthew and Marilla, who were a brother and a sister, and they needed help on their farm, so they thought they were getting a boy, but instead they got a girl, and because they needed a farmhand. But they end up just like deciding to keep her, and Matthew is just like, oh my god, she's such a sweetheart. And then there's at one point, she's a little older now, and she's just like, I want a dress with puff sleeves, like, and he buys her a freaking dress with puff sleeves. Okay?
All because I said I liked her puff sleeves,
Yes.
you guys.
And when he dies of a heart attack, I was bawling my eyes out. And there's also a book that is about Marilla, and I really want that book because I want to like know her story.
I would ask who Marilla is, but we really have to get through the Sewall fairy tragedy, so you can tell me
Matthew's
about
sister.
it later. I don't know who Matthew is.
The adoptive parents. The ones who took her in and made her Anna Green Gables. Green Gables was their home.
The abusive ones.
No, the non-abusive ones.
Oh, okay.
No, they just loved and cherished her.
Wholesome.
Please keep its entire awesome and part.
Please keep the entire part. You want me to keep it non-edited with the entire and part?
I'm sorry, guys. I
Wholesome.
I really want to get the books on Audible.
Oh, she keeps going.
Because, okay, well, I recently got,
At this point, I might as well just rename the thing, like an essay on Anna Green Gables.
Oh, but no, I actually, got Gone with the Wind recently. That's
No!
I'm not gonna go on about Gone with the Wind.
That is for another stream.
You can put it in a separate video, but Missy's realization that it might not be entirely wholesome needs to be preserved.
I'll call it bloopers.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I mean, it's pretty bad to say that one of my favorite parts is where Anne helps her best friend Diana in the middle of winter when her younger sister has the croup, and is like not doing so well and like gonna
What
die.
is the croup?
It's like a lung thing. You basically get like a lot of mucus in your lung and you can't breathe.
Pneumonia.
No, it's different. I mean, maybe, I don't know. But, and they get, it's like middle of winter, snow everywhere, and Diana, they weren't allowed to see each other anymore because Anne accidentally got Diana drunk. She grabbed the wrong drink. Okay, like, they were doing, like, this big grown-up type party, and she accidentally gave her, but then Diana's parents are like, no, you can't be around her, and then,
I guess that totally reminds me of the time that Ellie in The Last of Us Season 1 was in the woods trying to hunt for a rabbit and shot the rabbit to take home to Joel, who was dying because he got shot and then fell off of a horse, and you thought he was dead, but he was actually really very alive. And then she meets a bunch of people and she's like, hey, I need medicine, I need antibiotics, and then they try to, like, and then they try to, like, make a trade, but then it goes really badly, and then he locks her up, And then he puts her in a cage, and then he's like, hey, be mine, even though you're an underage girl. And then she's like, no. And then he's like, then I'm going to eat you. And she's like, fair. And then she just attacks him. Wholesome.
Awesome. So
But she
anyway,
makes
guys.
it back to Joel, you know?
So anyway, guys, she knows that steam and stuff can actually help with the poop. She also has some medicine that she knows that can help.
Or rather,
And
Joel makes it back to her, you know?
this is actually how So this is actually what gave me the idea that last night we were in Hawaii and Dad was having such horrible trouble breathing.
Uh-huh.
And this is why I stuck him in the shower
Uh-huh.
with the heat going to, like, try to help, like, loosen up the mucus.
Yeah.
Because Anna Green Gables.
Swear, I got the idea that you need antibiotics in order to help with the with an illness.
Guys, she's trying to signal me that she's had enough story time. No, but seriously, I want to waste credits on Anna Green Gables now.
Whose credits? My credits? Not my credits. You just bought Gone with the Wind.
Actually, no, I didn't. Both of those were free. Gone with the Wind and its non-canon sequel.
Rather than watching 10 seconds of it. Hey, look, it's the rabbit scene. I bet it's the rabbit scene. I want to know if it's the rabbit scene.
Okay, but is it from the movie? Because I've seen that on the show.
Have you seen it in the...
Maybe. Now y'all are
No, it's the game.
It's the game.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. If they make me kill an animal,
Okay.
Do you know what else had really cute rabbits? Do you know what else had really cute rabbits? Sunrise on the Reaping.
There were cute rabbits in Sunrise on the Reaping?
Yeah, the dove-colored ones. The gray rabbits. The one that lets Haymitch know that the thing is poisoned, and then that gets him out of the maze.
We finished our book, you guys. Aren't you proud of us? We finished our book.
And then later on, after he's won, and they were food.
Okay. I'm gonna press play now.
Anything done.
I press
So
play.
much time initially is wasted in these key moments. At 9:07 a.m., the crew confirmed